Well, here we are. It's the final. The final has arrived. The Europa Conference League final with Fiorentina. It doesn't get bigger than this. It really doesn't. I've been like everybody else, literally been the nerves are all over the place with this. I've been all consumed with this final. I can't believe it's actually here. To be honest with you, it's whipped round quicker than I expected. But here we are. It's one of those moments. Look, I mean, we've done a preview on this yesterday. This is purely just to talk about the moment of what this actually means. As I record this, and as this goes out, I'm actually going to be in Mallorca as we speak, gearing up and getting ready to watch this abroad. I'm not going to be out there, which is such a shame. But I'm so excited for everyone else, and not just the people that are going to be there, and even get people at the match, but everyone at home. I'm buzzing for everyone. This is just such a big moment in our lives, isn't it? And that's what I want to talk about quickly. I mean, this really is pivotal. And I look at that. We talked about this in the preview that there are stories. There are so many stories in West Ham and in this team, and I just want to encapsulate that a little bit in this video, just to sort of get things off my chest and feel like how big this moment really is. I mean, you look at the manager. Let's start with David Moyes. I mean, let's make no mistake. This is the biggest moment in his career as a manager, but by a long, long way. It really is. David Moyes can, lift his first major trophy, but he's literally could be putting himself alongside Ron Greenwood and John Lyall. This is a big moment for David Moyes to cement his legacy at West Ham. And as a manager, you do look at David Moyes and think, I know people have had these frustrations with him over the season and all that stuff, but you really stand back and look at him. He's a lot to be admired about the man and what he's done in football and how long he's been in the game and played and managed at the top level. I mean, it really would be fitting now to be at this age that he's at and to cement and get a victory like this and to lift a trophy. It'd be would be wonderful. And you just think it's a big moment in his career. It really, really is. We've got players out there today that have got stories, loads of them have. You look at the Czech lads. I mean, what a moment. Riley mentioned it in the preview about, they've left their native country to go and be successful in football, and so come back to their hometown effectively and lift a trophy. It would be amazing. What a moment. And it really is. But obviously the big story is Declan. He is the one where you think it's heartbreaking to think that he doesn't want to leave. He doesn't want to stay at West Ham. It's a killer for everyone. I'd love nothing more than for him to commit his future, but we know the reasons why. We get it. I don't want to talk about that, but that Declan can leave a legacy at West Ham, a real legacy. He could really make something, etch his name in history and become a West Ham legend. I mean, you're talking statues here. That's how big this moment is. It's really, really big for him. And I just look at it as well. I mean, you look at some of the players around that pitch, not just Declan. I mean, Declan's a key one actually in this, not only for his legacy, but there's moments, those players that you think that I reckon he'll be aching to go and create and make something happen, do that special moment. He's that type of player. Lucas Paqueta, a Brazilian international. I mean, he's born for this. He's born for these moments. Lucas Paqueta will not be nervous. There's no way. You know for a fact he'll be singing and dancing all the way to that stadium, gunning to get there and get on that pitch and playing. Because he's the one that you can imagine in the back of his mind. He's picturing what he's going to do. He's going to make something magical happen. He's going to be the front page man. The back page man even. I really do. I just get this feeling that we've got some players in this squad that can do that. And then, of course, you've got the sort of the old guard of West Ham. And I look at them and I think, wow, Mikel Antonio, come from non-league football. Is it Mooten and Titchet? Oh, God, where is he from? Tooting and Mitcham. This come from, sorry. And, what a wonderful career. Gone for all that. I think he was on loan at Sheffield Wednesday. We picked him up from Nottingham Forest. He's worked his way all the way to the top Premier League, and he could now lift a trophy as a West Ham striker. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. He's even said himself it's his biggest moment of his career, and rightly so. Aaron Cresswell, 10 years at the club coming up to now. I mean, it's a remarkable achievement. These are big moments. I look at Ogbonna. What a great servant he's been for West Ham. What a way to come towards the end of your football career. I mean, he's just extended, I believe. Well, I think they're going to talk about extending his deal by 1 year. But this, make no mistake, this is such a massive moment. for these players and for this manager and for West Ham. This is just a biggest, it doesn't get bigger. This really is massive for us. And then obviously I look at Jared Bowen. We want to keep these players. We want to keep Paquetas and Bowens and all these players happy, and a Gerds, and we've got to win things. And I do get the feeling that when you set the tone for winning, it then moves on. Tony Cottee brought this up in his write-up on Patreon. And for people that aren't on Patreon, by the way, please go and check it out. It's so worth the money. £5 a month. It's incredible some of the content you get. Tony Cottee, West Ham legend, writes in it regularly, and it gives his thoughts. And he obviously does interviews as well with a podcast and stuff as well. It's brilliant. And loads of ex-players and everything else. But we're going to do a video over the summer to talk about more about Patreon. But Tony Cottee mentioned in the article he did for Patreon that the first trophy is always the toughest. Always the toughest. It tends to then breed that aura of let's go and win. It makes you a bit of a winning mentality at the club. And you do get that feeling, don't you, of West Ham? You think, could this happen? Could West Ham lift this trophy and then next season go, we're going to go and win the FA Cup, or we're going to go and win the Europa League. We're going to keep going. We like this. We like a taste of this. I do believe that. I really do. I think this could be the start of something magical. This is massive for our football club. Absolutely massive. And of course, European football next season. And we have been told, XWHB, we are going to provide more details on this, that if West Ham win, there is going to be a big victory parade in East London, which is, wow. I don't want to get too carried away, because that's another day. Let's worry about that another time. We're here. This is all we've got to worry about. It's just getting the job done tonight. Come on, West Ham, please. Let's do it. Come on, you Irons.